Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Quick Morning only on Republic TV. I'm Gesu Bharadwaj and let's get you started on the news for the day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi proposed 11 resolutions on Saturday. These include upholding existing reservations for marginalized sections, but strongly opposing any religion-based quota. Replying to a two-day constitution debate in the Lok Sabha, Modi said the Constituent Assembly had decided against religion-based reservations. After a thorough discussion and alleged, the Congress is now promising it to appease its vote bank. The 11 resolutions proposed by Modi towards the end of his over 110-minute speech also included a call for an end to dynastic politics, promoting meritocracy over nepotism in governance, pledge for having zero tolerance to corruption. Meanwhile, other resolutions from the Prime Minister called for making India a global example in women empowerment and strengthening the vision of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat.
प्रधानमंत्री ने केवल सच्चाई और हकीकत से उन्होंने कांग्रेस को रूबरू कराया है और जिस संविधान की कांग्रेस ने बात की, आज खुद प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक फैक्ट के साथ कहा कि जो संविधान निर्माता है बाबा भीमराव अंबेडकर, उन्हीं का अपमान किया उनके तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने। संविधान का फिर समय समय पे जब संशोधन किया, बदलने का प्रयास किया कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, तो केवल अपनी सीट बचाने के लिए।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ji Temple in Kharghar in Navi Mumbai during a week-long celebration from the 9th to the 15th of January. The event will culminate with the Mahalokarpan ceremony on the January 15th, marking a key milestone in India's spiritual landscape. The inauguration will also feature the laying of the cornerstone for a cultural centre and Vedic museum. Dignitaries including Maharashtra Governor Shri C.P. Radhakrishnan, Chief Minister Shri Devendra Fadnavis and Deputy Chief Minister Shri Eknath Shinde and Shri Ajit Pawar will attend the event.
बहुत सालों के बाद हमारा ये ड्रीम था कि ये प्रोजेक्ट हम हमारे प्रिय प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथों से इसका लोकार्पण करें और मुझे बड़ी प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि उन्होंने इस प्रस्तावना को एक्सेप्ट किया है और सभी भक्त लोग जो है पूरे वर्ल्ड में, इस्कॉन वर्ल्ड के जितने भक्त हैं, बहुत ही प्रसन्न हैं कि मोदी जी इस स्थान में आ रहे हैं।
Home Minister Amit Shah has embarked on a three-day visit to Chhattisgarh that started yesterday. During his trip, Shah will be chairing a security review meeting in Raipur focusing on left-wing extremism with an aim to fine-tune strategies to eliminate the menace by March 2026. He will also honour the Chhattisgarh police with the prestigious President's Colour Award at a ceremony in Raipur today. Later, Shah will visit Jagdalpur, where he will meet Naxal violence victims, surrendered Maoists and encourage participants at the closing ceremony of the Bastar Olympics. The much-awaited expansion of the BJP-led Maharashtra government will take place today, with 30 to 32 new ministers expected to take the oath of office at a ceremony in Nagpur. This comes ahead of the winter session of the state legislature, which is scheduled to begin on the 16th of December in the city. Ahead of the cabinet formation, state BJP chief Chandrasekhar Bawankule held meetings with Deputy Chief Minister Shinde and Pawar, as well as other key party leaders, to finalize the list of new ministers. Devendra Fadnavis, who took oath as Chief Minister on the 5th of December, is leading the government with Deputy Chief Ministers Eknath Shinde of Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar of the Nationalist Congress Party. The state's Council of Ministers can have up to 43 members, including the Chief Minister. In the wake of the November 24th violence in Sambhal, local police have intensified efforts to capture the remaining rioters, announcing a reward for information leading to their arrest. So far, at least 40 individuals involved in the violence have been nabbed, but 93 others remain on the run. Sambhal's Superintendent of Police, Krishna Kumar Vishnoi, emphasized that no accused will be spared, and a special team has been formed to track down the fugitives.
अभी तक कुल 40 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है और 93 लोगों को के नाम है जो प्रकाश में आए हैं। उन सबके यहाँ पे समय समय पे दबिश दी जा रही है, लेकिन अभी वर्तमान में सभी लोग अपना घर छोड़ के भगे हुए हैं। लेकिन पुलिस द्वारा जल्दी उन सब पे इनाम भी डिक्लेयर करवाया जाएगा और उनको हर एक व्यक्ति को पकड़ने के लिए एक स्पेशल टीम बना के उनकी गिरफ्तारी करने के जल्द प्रयास करेगा।
BJP leaders on Saturday asserted that a demolition notice issued by the railways for an 80-year-old Hanuman temple near Mumbai's Dadar station has been stayed. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis assured that the temple would be regularized according to the rules. The issue has sparked political debates, with Shiv Sena UBT leader Aditya Thackeray demanding the withdrawal of the notice, while BJP legislator Mangal Prabhat Lodha confirmed that Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav had ordered a halt to the demolition. The temple, originally built by porters at the station, had been marked as an encroachment by the railways, citing concerns over commuter traffic and infrastructure work.
हनुमान मंदिर पे कल नोटिस मिली थी। मैंने कल रेलवे अधिकारी से बात की थी, उन्होंने स्पष्ट कर दिया था हम कोई मंदिर तोड़ने वाले नहीं है। लेकिन कुछ नौटंकी बाद नेतागण ने वातावरण खराब करने का प्रयास किया।
Protests erupted across Calcutta on Saturday following the granting of bail to two key suspects in the rape murder of a doctor at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. The suspects, Sandeep Ghosh, who is the former principal of RG Kar Medical College, and Abhijit Mondol, the former officer in charge of Tala Police Station, were granted bail after the CBI failed to file a charge sheet within the mandatory 90-day period. Left-wing parties and Congress accused the CBI of failing to deliver justice, alleging a tacit understanding between the ruling Trinamool Congress and the BJP-led centre.
सेटिंग है, सेटिंग में कोलकाता पुलिस भी शामिल है। ये कम्प्लीटली गॉटअप है। कोलकाता पुलिस अभी जो कर रहे हैं उसके लिए हम लोग का भाषा नहीं है। अभया का जस्टिस चाहिए, हम लोग को वही डिमांड है। कल आप जो देखा, जो सीबीआई 90 डेज के बाद भी चार्जशीट फाइल नहीं कर पाया, तो आज का प्रोटेस्ट उसके लिए ही है।
Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake is set to begin a 3-day official visit to India on Sunday, which is the 15th of December, marking his first overseas trip since assuming office. During his visit, Dissanayake will hold talks with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Draupadi Murmu, with a focus on strengthening bilateral ties between the two nations. Accompanying the President will be Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath and Deputy Minister of Finance Anil Jayantha Fernando. The visit is expected to enhance the multifaceted and mutually beneficial relations between Sri Lanka and India, particularly in the areas of maritime security and cooperation, as per a statement from the India's Ministry of External Affairs. A teenage girl in Rewari has accused a youth of sexually assaulting her after he allegedly changed his name to befriend her. According to the girl's uncle, the youth took his wife away from their home when he was absent, and the minor girl was left alone. The girl alleged that the youth had befriended her aunt by changing his name and also assaulted her. The uncle reported the incident to the police, but his complaint was initially dismissed as a molestation case, and the minor girl was not medically examined. The girl claimed that the youth threatened to kill her and showed her a pistol whenever she protested. An FIR has been registered and the police are investigating the matter further.
ये हमारे पास शिकायत मिली थी और हमने पोस्को एक्ट के तहत मामला दर्ज कर लिया है और टीम एक अलग से यूपी भेजी हुई है, जांच जारी है।
Viewers, we're also tracking the top business news for you from across the country and the globe. Let's take a look. Suchir Balaji, an Indian-American whistleblower who worked at OpenAI until August 2024, was found dead in his San Francisco apartment, with initial reports suggesting suicide. Balaji, who had been involved in developing ChatGPT, had recently posted on platform X about the ethical concerns surrounding generative AI, particularly regarding fair use and copyright issues. His final posts highlighted his skepticism about the legal defenses being used by generative AI. AI products and encouraged more awareness of copyright laws within the machine learning community. He had worked on ChatGPT for about 1.5 years and became increasingly concerned with copyright issues, especially after seeing numerous lawsuits filed against Gen AI companies. Reliance Industries Limited has acquired a 74% stake in Navi Mumbai 2A Private Limited for over 1600 crore, according to an exchange filing. This company purchased 57.12 million equity shares at rupees 28.50 per share, making NMIIA a subsidiary of Reliance. NMIIA, established in 2004, is focused on developing an integrated industrial area in Maharashtra and was appointed as a special planning authority by the government. This acquisition follows a series of strategic purchases by Reliance, including stakes in various companies across industries like telecom, entertainment and technology. The deadline for the third installment of advance tax payments for the financial year 2024-25 is today. However, since the date falls on a Sunday, taxpayers can make their payments by the next working day, that is tomorrow on a Monday, without facing any penalties. The Income Tax Department has clarified that payments made on the next working day will be considered timely in line with the 1994 circular. Taxpayers are required to pay 75% of their total tax liability by today's deadline to avoid interest charges under sections 234B and 234C. The Reserve Bank of India has raised the limit for collateral-free agricultural loans from 1.6 lakh to about 2 lakh rupees per borrower. Effective since January 1st, 2025, this decision is aimed at easing the financial strain on farmers amid the rising input costs and inflation, allows farmers to access loans without providing collateral. The move is also expected to benefit small and marginal farmers, boost agricultural productivity and enhance financial inclusion in the sector. Banks have been instructed to implement the changes promptly and widely publicize the reviewed loan provisions. Switzerland has suspended the most favoured nation status for India under the double taxation avoidance agreement, citing the Indian Supreme Court's 2023 ruling on the Nestlé case. As a result, Swiss tax on dividends earned by Indian entities will rise from 5% to 10% starting January the 1st in 2025. India's Ministry of External Affairs responded, indicating that the treaty with Switzerland may need to be renegotiated due to India's free trade agreement with the European Free Trade Association, which also includes Switzerland. This move follows a Supreme Court ruling that reversed a 2021 Delhi High Court decision clarifying the FNM clause's applicability under Indian tax law. Moving on to our international wrap for the day. Let us get you all the updates from stories across the globe. Here's a look. At least 5 people have been confirmed dead and dozens are still missing after a dinghy carrying migrants capsized off the southern coast of Crete. Greek authorities reported that 39 individuals have been rescued so far, with ongoing search and rescue operations. Footage from the Hellenic Navy showed a migrant being rescued by a Navy helicopter. The Navy confirmed its involvement in the large-scale operation 12.5 nautical miles southwest of Kavdos, where one person was recovered and transferred to the General Hospital of Shania. The legendary Antarctic Ice Marathon, the southernmost marathon on Earth, was held recently at Union Glacier, just 600 miles from the South Pole. Runners faced the extreme challenge of navigating the icy terrain of Antarctica's Ellsworth Mountains, completing laps around the Union Glacier camp. The camp opens seasonally from November to January and serves as a base for both tourists and marathon participants. Italian runner Andrea Bononomi claimed victory with a time of 3 hours 23 minutes, while American Leslie won the women's race in 3 hours 29 minutes. The Antarctic Ice Marathon will return in December 2025. Syrians welcomed the reopening of the Turkish embassy in Damascus on Saturday as Turkey became the first country to do so since the end of Bashar Assad's rule 6 days earlier. TV cameras captured the moment the Turkish flag was raised above the walled compound in the Syrian capital for the first time since diplomatic ties were cut in 2012. The newly appointed charge d'affaires, Burhan Koroglu, was present at the ceremony. The embassy suspended operations 12 years ago due to escalating security conditions during the Syrian civil war. All embassy staff and their families were recalled to Turkey. Former soccer player Mikhail Kavalashvili became president of Georgia on Saturday as the ruling party tightened its grip in what the opposition calls a blow to the country's EU aspirations and a victory for former imperial ruler Russia. Georgian Dream nominated Kavalashvili, who is mocked for lacking higher education by Georgia's opposition. Some protesters outside Tbilisi's parliament building on Saturday brought their own university diplomas to protest against his appointment. Kavalashvili was the one and only candidate on the ballot and easily won the vote given the Georgian Dream Party's control of a 300-seat electoral college that replaced direct presidential elections in 2017.
Kavalashvili has zero education. He is not right for the position of president, and he has zero experience in how to rule a country. And I think that he's not suited to be a president, and all he will be is Vidina's puppet. So this diploma is basically to make fun of his position as a president.
South Korean Prime Minister on Saturday held the first cabinet meeting as acting president following the parliament's impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol. Yoon was suspended as president after parliament delivered the presidential impeachment resolution to the presidential office and to the constitutional court. Earlier in the day, parliament passed the impeachment motion 204 to 85 in a floor vote. The constitutional court has up to 180 days to determine whether to dismiss Yoon as president or restore his powers. If he is thrown out of office, a national election to choose his successor must be held within 60 days. Yoon, meanwhile, has described his ouster as a temporary pause. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed on Saturday that American officials have been in direct contact with Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, the Syrian rebel group that led the overthrow of President Bashar Assad's government last Sunday. Blinken, speaking at a news conference in Jordan, said that U.S. has been conveying messages to HTS regarding its conduct and governance during the transition period. While Blinken refrained from discussing the specifics of the discussions, he confirmed that the U.S. continues its efforts to secure the release of American journalist Austin Tice, who has been missing in Syria for 12 years.
With HTS and with other parties, we have impressed upon everyone we've been in contact with the importance of helping find Austin Tice and bringing him home. And we've also shared the principles that I just laid out for our ongoing support, principles, again, that have now been adopted by countries throughout the region.
Europol announced Friday that a coordinated operation led to the arrest of 796 individuals across Europe, targeting key criminal activities such as migrant smuggling, human trafficking, and drug and firearms trafficking. The operation, carried out under the European Multidisciplinary Platform Against Criminal Threats, involved 31,109 officers from 26 countries, including Austria, France, Italy, and Ukraine. In addition to the arrests, authorities seized 442 weapons and initiated 316 investigations. An Israeli airstrike on Gaza City on Saturday killed at least 7 people, including a woman and her 2-day-old baby, and wounded 12 others. The attack targeted the Majda Vasela school, which shelters displaced families in the western part of the city. Meanwhile, the Israeli military reported that it has killed over 17,000 militants since the conflict began, though it was not provided evidence to support the figure. Jordan hosted Saturday US, EU, Turkish and Arab diplomats on the high-level talks on Syria, a day after celebrations in Damascus and nationwide rejoicing at the ouster of President Bashar al-Assad. A joint statement issued after the meeting calls for all parties to cease hostilities there and expresses support for a locally led transitional political process. It called for preventing the re-emergence of extremist groups in Syria and ensuring the security and safe destruction of chemical weapons stockpiles. Hezbollah's leader Naim Qassem addressed on Saturday that the fall of former Syrian President Bashar Assad has been disrupted, a key military supply line for the group, which had relied on Syria to facilitate weapons transfer from Iran. However, Qassem said that while the route is currently cut off, Hezbollah remains adaptable and may find alternative ways to secure arms. He expressed hope that the new Syrian leadership would continue to align against the view of Israel as an enemy, maintaining the group's strategic goals. Thousands took to the streets of Tel Aviv on Saturday for the weekly protest demanding a deal to return the remaining hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Protesters marched the streets behind a large banner calling for the hostages to be brought home. Welcome back. You're watching Republic TV. This is the freshest edition of Quick Morning. And continuing with the news, let's get you a roundup from the world of sports. Afghanistan's Gulbadin Naib has been fined 15% of his match fee for breaching level 1 of the ICC Code of Conduct during the second T20 against Zimbabwe in Harare. Walking in at number 10 in his farewell test, Southee equalled West Indies legend Chris Gales's tally of 98 sixes with his third maximum during a 10-ball 23 cameo for the Kiwis. Former Pakistan cricketer Basit Ali has raised concerns over PCB's potential acceptance to a reported compromise deal with the ICC, calling it a lollipop that would ultimately harm Pakistan cricket. England pacer Matthew Potts credited captain Ben Stokes for motivating the team to put in extra effort after the dominating show on the first day of the third test against New Zealand. Liverpool fought back twice with 10 men to draw 2-2 with Fulham at Anfield on Saturday, extending their winless run to 2 matches. Despite Andy Robertson's 17th minute red carpet, the Premier League leaders rallied after Fulham's early goal and a second-half strike. Cody Gakpo equalised for Liverpool, while Diogo Jota's 86th minute goal salvaged a point after Fulham had retaken the lead through Rodrigo Muniz. The draw gave hope to Liverpool's title rivals as the team dropped points once again.
Yeah, I think it's exactly the opposite from our Girona game, where I was pleased with the result but not with the performance. But I was only pleased with the result. Now I'm very, very, very happy about our performance.
Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta said he was very disappointed that Arsenal could only manage a 0-0 draw at home against Everton on Saturday, which saw the English Premier League title chasers fail to capitalise on Liverpool's draw with Fulham.
I feel very disappointed not to win the game, because obviously if there is a team that deserves to win, there is only one, which is Arsenal. We did nothing, we gave nothing away. I mean, no shots conceded, we dominated direct play, don't allow them to run, no set pieces. High press excellent, we have to try back excellent. We got them there, we generated the chances, but the last 20 meters it was missing to score goals, which is what you have to do with all the dominance, because we have never been able to dominate it that way.
And now on to some news from the blinging world of entertainment to get you the latest and the newest, only on Quick Morning. Let's take a look. Richard Gere expressed that his upcoming documentary on the Dalai Lama is the most important work of his career, with a long-time friend involved with the Tibetans praising it as his most significant contribution. The documentary is expected to be released next year.
There's another piece that I've just finished, and it's a documentary on the Dalai Lama. And I had an old-time friend of mine, I've known for 40 years, also involved with the Tibetans. And he saw this documentary, which hopefully will come out this next year.
With less than 2 weeks to go until Christmas, people in South Africa have been getting into the festive mood at Johannesburg Zoo's Festival of Lights. Hundreds of families enjoyed the winter wonderland of trees and lights. There was also dancing and music with the Russian youth ballet performing.
So yeah, be kind, because it's a rough year for everybody, and it's ups and downs. So we just need a little bit of kindness in the Christmas season. So yeah, it's a festive of joy, and what Jesus done for us. So it's to remember what He done, and just to stay blessed and be safe.
Headland's 2018 stage play Cult of Love had its opening night on Broadway. The story focuses on 4 adult children returning to their childhood home for the holiday season. Old conflicts resurface and new issues emerge over the dinner table. The cast includes Shailene Woodley making her Broadway debut and many other renowned actors.
Always looking for great writing. Something that's exciting, and in the case of Girl from the North Country, that was Connor McPherson. Doesn't get better than that, and I think I could say the same for Leslie Headland. Doesn't get better. She's at the top of her game, and so it starts with the writing, and then you're right.
Punjabi music superstar Karan Aujla, who is currently performing in India with his It Was All a Dream tour, was joined by rapper singer Hanuman Kind during his show in Bengaluru. Over 20,000 fans packed the nice grounds as Karan performed his famous In His 8th City India tour. The tour represents his celebration of his journey from being a small-town artist to an international star today. Kendrick Lamar did a short but impactful set as his first live performance since the release of his new album GNX, providing a highlight of TDE's Christmas concert. Lamar performed 2 songs at the event. He rapped Humble, followed by a song from his latest debuting, the track live. During the song, the rapper spent most of his stage time dancing with young fans. This was Kesu Bharadwaj, and you were watching Quick Morning only on Republic TV. To get your news and updates correct early in the morning, continue watching Quick Morning only on Republic TV.